New developments tonight in the federal gun trial of Hunter Biden. After just an hour of deliberating, the jury went home for the night, and they will be back in court tomorrow to decide the fate of President Biden's only surviving son. The 54-year-old is accused of lying about his drug use on a federal form when buying a gun in 2018. His lawyers argue that Hunter was in recovery and not using drugs at the time. CBS's Scott MacFarlane is at the courthouse in Wilmington.
Will you testify?
With his freedom on the line, President Biden's son Hunter chose not to take the stand in his own defense and instead watched as the jury got the case late today. As the First Lady, the president's sister, brother, and Hunter Biden's wife all sat in the front row, prosecutor Leo Wise urged the jury to ignore their presence and the media's circus around the trial. People sitting in the gallery are not evidence, he said, adding jurors should use their common sense and find Biden guilty of illegally possessing a gun while being a drug user. It capped a trial in which prosecutors showed images of Biden with a crack pipe, photos of crack he allegedly purchased, plus video of his brother's widow, Hallie Biden, throwing the gun away in a dumpster after claiming she found it in Hunter's truck near drug residue. This during a time in which she said she and Hunter were in a romantic relationship and had both been using drugs. Abby Lowell argued his client was not using or addicted when he allegedly lied on this federal background check form in October 2018.
The argument that the defense made basically boils down to, well, if he didn't actually have a crack pipe in one hand at the time he was filling out the form with the other hand, then he's innocent. He actually had to be using drugs at the moment he filled out the form. I don't think the jury's going to interpret the law that way.
Lowell said nearly a dozen times the prosecution's case was based on conjecture and suspicion and that the outcome would change Hunter's life. President Biden's daughter, Ashley, could be seen crying in the courtroom. Lowell said Hunter Biden acknowledges buying the gun and having once been an addict, but might have considered himself in recovery and no longer a drug user when he got the firearm. But prosecutors singled out two text messages showing one day after Hunter Biden purchased the gun, he sent a message saying he was meeting a dealer named Mookie. And one day after that, a text message saying he was sleeping on a car, smoking crack. The jury deliberated about an hour before the judge sent them home to resume their work tomorrow, deciding a case that could result in the president's son going to prison. Norah?
People watching it very closely. Scott MacFarlane, thank you so much.